Welcome everyone to the Avengenerds podcast where we talk Marvel, DC, Star Wars, and more. I'm your host Torrin, and with me is my co-host Peyton.
Yo,
what's
going on?
I am ready to be done with the semester. Pretty much.
So am I. I got like, I had to write. I think I have to write like 3 essays and a short answer, and I've only gotten like the short answer and an essay done. So I have 2 essays to write in like a couple days.
Yeah, I have to still finish part of this short film, and ran into a complication. So I remember how I told you I bought like the whole suit and I bought like a helmet.
Yeah.
This helmet is finally coming in tomorrow.
Oh,
great news. But the bad news is I have this equipment, right, that I got from my school up until 3:00, and I tracked the package, and it said it won't get here till like 6:30, and I'm like, bro, like I can't do this.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do then?
I'm probably just gonna end up filming the suit instead of like the suit and helmet or whatever. Or maybe I can be smart and record the rest on my camera and just
true.
like I guess like change the dimensions.
Yeah.
But I mean, still, I'm just like, come on, man, I can't win. I can't win, dude.
Yeah, that's tough. But yeah, we got a show for you today. Of course, we're going to be talking about, the new Doctor Strange movie that's out, taking the world by storm, good and bad. We're definitely going to get into that, but of course, we also have the news of the week. Pretty slow news week, all things considered, but that's good because we got to talk about that Doctor Strange. But let's get started. The first piece of news: that Avatar 2 trailer was right in front of, Doctor Strange. If you saw it in theaters,
yeah, it was really good. I'm not a big fan of like Avatar. But like I can respect its impact on media and cinema and all that stuff.
Yeah,
but I'm actually willing to check this one out, like, for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out too, just out of principle, or maybe more out of respect, I guess. But like, I wasn't really a fan of the first Avatar. I respect it, because those visual effects were groundbreaking at the time, and this new one, just based off the trailer, looks really good visually. Is the story good? Yeah. Who knows? but visually it looks stunning. So I'll probably check it out. Although whether I see it in theaters or not, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, it looks good. All that water stuff, which seems to be what James Cameron is interested in doing in the first place, looks great.
Bro really loves water after Titanic.
For real. But Avatar, what is it called? The Way of the Water or something?
Yeah, Way of the Water.
Way of the Water. Next piece of news, Star Wars news. There was a second Obi-Wan trailer, and I thought this was fun because this is the first trailer, and then there's that other trailer we got, which was a teaser trailer, but the teaser trailer was longer than this new official trailer, which I thought was funny. But it's pretty much the exact same trailer, except there's a bit more of a Darth Vader tease. So I'm like, cool, I guess. I don't know. That show is like right around the corner. It's in like a few weeks.
I know.
Yeah, so crazy. Obviously we're gonna be doing a episode breakdowns of that whenever that comes out, the 27th, I believe. Dropping 2 episodes at once, so that's fun. I still don't know if they're dropping 2 episodes on Friday. I don't know if they're gonna keep the Friday date or they're moving back to Wednesday after they drop the 2 on Friday. I have no idea. I don't know what they're doing, but I feel like it should air on Friday because then they air the same date as Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
But who knows? Anyway, Next piece of news is DC news. This is very exciting. Viola Davis is in talks to reprise her role as Amanda Waller in an untitled HBO Max series. She will also executive produce the series alongside James Gunn.
Oh my god, it's fucking Judo Master.
But man, yeah, I don't know what this is going to be. Presumably, it's either a spinoff of the Suicide Squad again, or maybe it's a spinoff of Peacemaker. I don't know. I don't know what that would be. I don't know what this would be. What if it's like a Harley Quinn series? That'd be fun.
That'd be nice.
But it's also, the wording for the report is also really weird because it also kind of makes it sound like it's a Viola Davis or a Amanda Waller show, which would also be kind of interesting. I mean, it could be like Amanda Waller just like being in charge of Belle Reve, just, you know, like just fucking with all the inmates and shit, getting them all killed.
You know, it would be dope to see Amanda Waller, like, you know, kind of like having multiple like Suicide Squad teams and then leading up to like the Suicide Squad.
Like a prequel.
Yeah.
And they're all just cannon fodder until one finally, you know, works. Yeah, that'd be cool. Viola Davis crushes this role. I hate her so much. She makes me hate that character so much.
So like plays it so well. I could not see anybody else playing Amanda Waller because of her.
The satisfaction I felt when she got whacked up the side of the head in the Suicide Squad.
I know, right?
I was like, yeah. But yeah, too good. Surprisingly, you know, when actors, you know, play characters that people despise, the actor gets a ton of hate, but Viola Davis seems to be an exception to that rule. I don't think I've ever seen anybody be like, fuck Viola Davis, you know what I mean? Which is fun. But yeah, that's that. Next piece of DC news, the HBO Max Green Lantern series is set to begin filming this year.
Oh, I forgot, you know, it's in production.
Yeah.
I want to say it's been in production for like so many years. Eons.
Certainly feels like that. And I think we were literally just talking about it last week, that they went on that like casting spree and cast like a bunch of people, and then there was just like radio silence. Now we say that, and now this week it's like, hey, we're gonna start shooting sometime this year. So God, just don't make the suit animated. Don't do a completely CGI suit. I mean, CGI over it a bit. I mean, that's what everyone does. But like, good God, I think I rewatched that movie semi recently for some reason, and the most of the repulsive nature of that suit, I feel like, comes from the mask. It just looks so bad, and the eyes, because like it changes Ryan Reynolds' eyes. And it just looks so weird. It looks so weird. I don't know what they were thinking. But like I think the idea was like, is, you know, it's supposed to hide your identity or whatever. So I guess like it changes his eyes too. But like the love interest in the movie, I don't remember her name, just figures it out immediately anyway. So it's just like, we don't need the mask. We don't need it. But it's a trash movie. It's bad.
I know. It was horrible.
It came out years after Iron Man 2. I don't understand how that works.
Because I don't even know, like, so my thing is, like, I don't know what was wrong with me, but I just was, like, just watching, like, just shitty-ass fucking, like, movies. Like, just shitty comic book movies, like Hulk 2003, Daredevil 2003, like, Suicide Squad 2016. and I was like, I've never seen, like, Green Lantern before, and I decided to check it out. And my God, that was just a clusterfuck of just monstrosity. It's just not good.
Yeah, it's bad. See, it's like, yeah, I don't know. For 2011, it's like, yeah, it came out in 2011, and it feels and looks like a movie that came out in 2003. So weird.
It's so sad.
Yeah, but yeah. Moving on to some Marvel news. The Guardians of the Galaxy 3 has wrapped filming. Finally, indeed. They shot that holiday special and Guardians of the Galaxy 3 back to back. James Gunn is going to pass out after doing all these things back to back.
James Gunn's brain's going to turn to fucking mush.
Literally, that
Yeah,
man needs a break.
like just when you told me that like James Gunn's gonna be directing another show, I like literally like had a vision of his brain just like melting like ice cream.
I know I keep making the joke that you're not sleeping because of all these short films, but James Gunn is
James
up
Gunn's
on
being
crack.
held. He is holding himself hostage right now,
He
bro.
really is. But hey, presumably he loves what he does, so
Yeah, for
good for
sure.
him.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna take like a long break after this for sure. He
Mm-hmm.
needs it. He needs it after working on all this peak.
Absolutely. Did you see the those Guardians of the Galaxy 3 set photos
I did.
coming back to Earth? It looks like.
I know.
Also, do you
And
see the classic suits?
I did see the classic suits. It was Chris Pratt and Karen Gillan.
Yup.
Saw it. It was really good. All they needed to do is just cast me after it's filming.
As what?
I don't know, cameo because I'm just a fucking god. I'm just kidding.
Fair enough. I mean, I presumably still have to do reshoots. You still got your chance.
You're right.
Just DM James Gunn on Twitter. Be like, hey, can you put me in the movie? And there's no
DM'd
way he can
him,
say
like,
no.
I DM'd him a few months ago. I don't know what I said, but I think it's time for me to beg now. Just start sending him saying, please, please.
Please,
over,
Mr. Gunn, please put me in your movie.
I'll show you my credibility of John Cena following me. I am worthy.
I don't think I'll ever get over that. It's like people are like, oh, but he follows a bunch of people. I'm like, well, shit, he ain't following me. So, I mean, goddamn, John Cena follows you. It's not fair. What about me? I'm here too.
I know, man. I mean, I also try to DM John Cena, but he don't look at his DMs.
You should
He's tweeting, even though he's tweeting every day. He tweets every day.
Should DM John Cena and ask him to come on the podcast.
I'll ask John Cena if he wants to be in my next short film.
Reprising his role as Fred's dad from the Fred movies.
It was so funny.
Yeah. Next piece of Marvel news, and the final piece of Marvel news. Told you we had a little bit of news. It's the Moon Knight finale.
Yes, it was so good.
It was so good. You know, it's you know, the finale is drawn. You know, criticism. People saying it's, you know, another weak finale or whatever. I thought this was arguably the best finale we've gotten of a Disney Plus Marvel show. I think.
Yeah. I mean, of course, you know, they ain't like. I mean, it's definitely better like for what we've gotten for sure.
Yeah, and it's not like I keep seeing people say like it was rushed or whatever. I don't think it was rushed. It was very fast paced. Don't get me wrong. I still, even though I did like the finale, I still like wanted like another episode. You know, give it room to breathe. I'm just like, I don't know why Marvel is so hell bent on doing this 6 episode structure. Just make the shows however long they need to be.
Like 8 episodes is fine.
Yeah, that's like the sweet spot, 8 to 10 episodes. But like WandaVision didn't even like need an extra episode. I don't think the finale just needed to be longer. You know,
yeah.
The finale needed to be longer. Other than that, like it seemed fine. Falcon and the Winter Soldier probably needed an extra episode. Loki was relatively consistent all around, to be honest. So was Hawkeye, in my opinion. And this one probably needed another episode, but I think it still like wrapped up everything pretty well.
Wrapped up. You get it. He's a mummy.
He is a mummy. That's very good. He's a moon mummy. But yeah, this episode. I feel like if I had to criticize anything from this episode, it's 2 things. One of them's pretty minor, and the other one is maybe more of a
nitpick.
I guess. I don't know. But one of them is like, we just lost Steven. Spoilers, by the way. Spoilers for Moon Knight. We just lost Steven, and then like they get him back immediately, and I'm very happy about that because I love my boy Steven. But at the same time, it's like, if you're binging this, it's like Steven just died and like, oh, he's alive again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Like, I guess it works for like a week to week structure, but just if you're just watching it casually, binging it or whatever, it doesn't. I don't think it works as well. And the second one is, I guess the second one's more of like a just me wanting more. It's the fact that at the end fight he blacks out and obviously Jake murks everyone, and it's like a part of me from a storytelling perspective, I'm like, cool, because you want to leave that Jake tease open. But the fan in me is like, God damn it, I really wanted to see that. You know what I mean? It just part of me was like, that was kind of cool, but the other part of me is like, that was kind of cheap. Did you do that just to save money on action sequences? Like, I don't know. You know what I mean?
I agree with you with that. I can see why you think that. Personally, I didn't mind it. I think it's cool because I mean, like, later on we got Jake anyway. So
true, but we ain't getting no fight scene. You know what I mean? I want to see his skills.
You're right. Hey, hopefully in season 2 you'll wear the black ballistic armor.
Hell yeah.
Tactical armor.
Hell yeah. But speaking of the fight scenes, god damn, was it an upgrade from the past episodes.
Bro, fucking Steven with Mr. Knight, dude. Jesus.
My guy was just
amazing.
Popping off.
His confidence fucking skyrocketed. Like, drastically.
It was funny because when we were talking about it in our recap, I was talking about the criticisms of Stephen Grant in the Mr. Knight introduction, and I was like, there's this beautiful thing called character development, and here's that character development. You know what I mean? Now he's more confident. He's more fucking just clean as fuck. He's talking back to Khonshu and shit. Like, dude's sick now. You know what I mean?
Fucking that fucking fight when he's, and then like he fucking like fixes his jacket. Oh my god.
I was cheesing so hard when I watched it. I was like, bro,
I was cheesing. Yes. I was cheesing hard whenever like he was just going ham on like everybody, bro. That was like,
yeah, that like one shot, like just straight out of Daredevil fight sequence. Like, oh, so good, so good. I would have just, if that fight alone was the final episode, I'd be like, you know what, that's fine, that's worth it. I'm okay with this. This is all I needed. But gotta talk about Layla.
No, being a temporary avatar of Thick Hippo.
Jesus. But is she a temporary avatar though? You think she's gonna stick with it?
I mean, she might stick with it just because, like, I mean, I feel like she would stick with it on her own terms. If somebody needed help, she could just do it or whatever. I feel like she, like, Tower Red isn't as demanding as Khonshu.
Oh, of course.
So I feel like it could work in that way.
To where it would be like, you want to do this thing? And she'd be like, no. And she's like, all right, fair enough. Just go away. Khonshu's like, too bad.
All right.
Yeah, she was fantastic. I was not expecting her to superhero up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Scarlet Scarab, no less. Better than Wonder Woman?
Better than Wonder Woman? I don't know.
I mean, compare Layla to that bird chicken suit that she had in Wonder Woman 84. I think right. I think Layla has her beat there. But yeah, that was a really cool moment. I was not expecting that at all, but it was a very welcome surprise. But let's talk about Jake.
I liked his reveal. I honestly like knew it was coming. You see the gloves, you see the fucking the limo, and then he spoke Spanish. It was so funny.
Yeah, I thought that was initially because I don't know. I didn't think it was Oscar Isaac at first because he looked big. I thought he looked like bigger than Oscar Isaac initially. I was like, is that Bushman? You know what I mean? That's what I thought initially. But then you speak Spanish. He wheels him out, and you see this little, I forgot what the hat is called, but you see his hat. And I was like, oh, that's Jake. That's Jake. And I didn't, because, it's not like he speaks Spanish in the comics either. So I didn't think anything of that either. But then, when I realized it was Jake, I was like, oh, fuck, of course. Oscar Isaac's, I think, Guatemalan.
Yeah.
It's fucking perfect that he speaks Spanish. That's awesome, actually. That's a great change. But it seems as though they're changing things up from the comics. It seems like maybe Jake is the rich one because of the limo.
Yeah.
Super cool. I'm down for it.
Yeah, I'm down for it too.
But
I also caught the license plate says Spectre.
Spectre, yeah.
So cool.
How'd you feel about Khonshu in his little suit?
So I liked it.
It was like it's cool, but it was hilarious at the same time. This big bird head on this normal human body. It was really good. But then Jake Lockley seems sick. God, I'm just like, I see him, I'm like, God, I wish I saw him in action. But it is what it is. It's clearly set up, but it's also like it's a tease, but it's also like, if this ended here, it's kind of okay. Like I need more. I desperately need more. But if it did end here, it's all right. It's like a, he lives on sort of ending. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now that we've seen the context of the whole his little mind asylum thing, presumably that was the asylum was Mark's construct specifically, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder was it there just to just to push him to do the right thing or something?
Yeah, I think it was also there to keep all those memories inside. Because of course, Steven having to go through fucking doors and doors just so he wouldn't be able to find his backstory.
Yeah.
So that was kind of my thing about it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's still fuck Mark's mom, bro. God damn it. I hate her. So I hate her.
Everyone does. But there was that big freaking kaiju fight between Amin and Khonshu.
I actually liked that.
I did too. I thought it was really cool. And then there was that shot of Harrow walking towards the camera and tilted, and you see Amin and Khonshu fighting. That was sick.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. Also, when Mark ran up on the pyramid, she was clean.
And need Harrow in the face.
It's amazing.
Indeed. Oh, you know what? There's one other complaint I have. there's one other complaint, and it's less of a complaint about Moon Knight itself. It is technically a complaint about Moon Knight because it's in Moon Knight, but it's not just Moon Knight. It's more of a storytelling trope in general. When there's a character that is not necessarily completely fine with, but has just straight murdered motherfuckers. And then you get to the end and you find the guy that you're trying to get the entire time, and you're like, I'm not going to kill him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's this is where you draw the line. Really? You just killed a bunch of presumably innocent people because they were likely brainwashed by this guy. But the guy that's doing it, you're just nah, I'm going to let this dude live. It's not just Moon Knight. It happens all the time, but it's really annoying.
Probably why I hate I really hate the mercy trope in just hero and villain stories. It's so dumb to me.
Yeah, that's why it's probably easier. Well, maybe not easier, but it's as far as that goes. Characters like Batman and Spider-Man who don't kill. It's you never have to deal with that because they're not going to kill regardless.
Yeah.
Daredevil.
And it's I just feel it just doesn't make sense. I would rather have a kill, someone get killed so abruptly rather than just having them stay alive after you were doing something about it in the beginning and then you just fell off. It's you weak.
Yeah.
Weakling.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Moon Knight. So I think personally this is in my opinion my favorite, and I think the best Disney Plus Marvel series we've gotten so far.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I think the only one to come close is Loki.
I think the best. I think.
Well, maybe Hawkeye.
I don't. Actually, I don't think Hawkeye's the best. I think Hawkeye's like how many shows that came out? 6 or about to be 6.
I don't know. I loved Hawkeye. It was just fun. Also Kingpin.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's fun. I mean, I would say like it's like yeah. I think it's definitely Moon Knight and then like Loki.
Yeah. What would you rate Moon Knight? I think I gave
Yeah,
it. I think I gave
I'll
it
give it like
maybe like an
like an
8.5.
yeah, like an 8.5.
I think if I did give it like a star rating, I think I'd round it up to a 9. But yeah,
Like honestly,
8.5.
out of the things you said, about like the like the mercy the mercy shit, and if we had gotten like if we saw like Jake kill, it'd probably be like at like a 9.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just gonna give it an 8 for now for what we got.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Moon Knight, which
For
means it's time. It is time to move on and finally talk about Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. We got
So
some
good.
shit to say. We liked it. Actually, before we go on, we're gonna do non-spoilers and spoilers. If you want to skip to spoilers or you want to, make sure you want to avoid spoilers, time codes will be in the description or the show notes, so you can skip around if you need to do so. But we're gonna do non-spoilers first. So I really liked it.
Yeah, I really like this movie. Of course, with it being directed by Sam Raimi, you see Sam Raimi everywhere,
My God,
all
do
the
you see Sam
time.
Raimi everywhere?
Like, especially with the score of Danny Elfman, those two together just completed this movie. Um, everything, like everything I saw from this movie just had like callbacks to like of course the Sam Raimi movies like the Evil Dead trilogy, including Spider-Man. Um like I'm glad, not saying like, Marvel does this, but I'm just saying I'm glad that there were like he had creative control like of this.
Yes,
You know,
stylistically,
yes, how
straight
it's
Raimi.
yeah,
Just
straight Raimi
absolutely
and like
completely, like, again, we're doing on spoilers. There are sections in this movie where I like when I watched it for the first time, there were certain scenes where I was just like, that's Raimi. That's Raimi.
like of course you can't forget the Raimi zoom.
Of course.
But that was in some scenes.
Even small things like just the way the camera whips.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. It's just very, very Raimi. And it's a good thing and a bad thing because it's very Raimi, but also Raimi's not for everyone.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, besides, the stylistic stuff we're talking about with the way the camera moves and, just the way the movie looks. Raimi also has a specific style when it comes to the way dialogue is said in certain lines.
Yeah, very, very campy for sure.
Very campy, very cheesy at times, and some lands and some doesn't. But Raimi's cheesiness, along with his horror vibe, which we're getting to the horror aspect too. That's his whole shtick. It's horror meets a little bit of campy comedy, and it's when you watch a Raimi movie, and especially seeing this one and just seeing like all the Raimi tropes in there, it really shows how tame the Spider-Man movies are as far as the Raimi-isms go. You know what I mean?
But yeah, I love this movie. I definitely think that it is like definitely, if not top 5, then top 3 like stylistic movies like out of the MCU for sure.
Dang, crazy.
I will say, for it being a multiverse movie, it's very simple, which of course, that's like the whole point. Like, it's meant to uh not have people so confused with it. So I like it wasn't stuffed with like so many things. Um I also like love the character development of Doctor Strange and even Wanda too. Like,
Especially Wanda. She might
yeah,
as well have been the main character, to be honest.
I think she was honestly. Well, like of course she's the main character. But, like I think she was a
Like,
little bit more of a main character than Doctor Strange.
arguably could have been a Scarlet Witch movie.
Yeah, arguably, yeah. Um,
Like, yeah.
but like I like I'm not a big fan of like like Wanda, like MCU Wanda, but
Really?
like yeah, I mean I wasn't never like hyped about her. I was never like, oh my god, fucking Wanda Maximoff. Like I was never
Oh
really
yeah,
like that.
that's fair. I mean, I wasn't really like a like she comes in Infinity War. I'm not like, oh my god, it's Wanda. But like, I wasn't really a big fan until WandaVision, and I was like, oh, she's
Yeah,
really cool, actually.
yeah. I mean, like I've liked comic Scarlet Witch, but I just never liked MCU like Wanda Scarlet Witch.
Yeah,
But like it was like this movie. I was like, dang, like I was never doubting that she wasn't cool, but I was like, damn, like
she's on crack
this is
in this.
like this is like really good like fucking like character development from her.
Honestly,
And
probably one of my favorite performances in the MCU period. Like
Sam's pretty
she's just she's just like that good. She's really good, and obviously that's just amplified because of Sam Raimi, but
for sure.
she's very good.
Um, but yeah, I like. Oh my god, I actually I don't even want to get into. I'm not gonna say anything else because I want to get into spoilers. But you can continue what you want to say.
Well, I was gonna say, if you haven't seen this movie and you're thinking, man, what are the cameos like? Just keep your
Oh,
expectations down, man.
oh,
The
bro,
worst thing
dude,
you can do, really in any movie, is have high expectations. And that's not to say like you shouldn't expect it, to be surprised or whatever. It's just that they're never going to meet your expectations. Like, people were expecting every Marvel character to ever exist to be in this movie, and
I
that is
know
just not the case in the slightest. If you go into this movie thinking that, you will be insanely disappointed. But at the same time, if you're going into this excited because I want to see all the cameos, I don't know. I don't know what you're doing here,
yeah,
man.
I don't know. It's I mean like Pay and I and definitely other people I've seen have called it like this was definitely going to be like another WandaVision. Like people had all these expectations and all these rumors and like it's just like I see it on TikTok. People were calling it mid and they're saying how they're like disappointed because they expected everything and like certain characters couldn't do certain things. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Like, sorry that you're stupid enough to actually even think that.
Yeah, we're gonna get into specifics and spoilers because I got some shit to say.
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah, don't go in here thinking the movie's something that it isn't. Torrin mentioned it earlier. The plot is incredibly simple, like incredibly simple.
Like yeah, like it's super simple. Like for even for like a multiverse movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like of course like everyone's thinking that it's gonna be like just fucking insane. But like honestly, like I said, it's definitely something to where it's like it could have been insane, but like they have to appeal to like normal watchers.
Exactly.
Like so,
So
it's just
go.
like I'm saying like because of that, that's probably why like it was like toned down a little bit. And I also like like the movie itself was supposed to be like almost 3 hours, but that got cut down like really fast. Um, I know people were talking about like the pacing. I think the pacing was just fine.
Yeah, like I
Um,
felt like it was fast paced, especially on a first viewing. But after I saw it a second time, it's fine.
Yeah,
Like
it's fine.
those edges really rounded out as far as the pacing goes. I was like, oh, this is fine. It's
Yeah.
fine. But I was talking to my friend about this, but this movie feels more like a sequel to WandaVision than it does a sequel to Doctor
Doctor
Strange.
Strange, yeah,
It's
for
like
sure.
the only real connection to Doctor Strange is
It's
Mordo
Christine.
and Christine. But even Mordo, I mean, that's
But yeah,
getting into spoilers a bit, but like even him, it's kind of just not really connected like that. But yeah, Christine. But even Christine, like it's not.
Even Christine is like, I mean, yeah, it's like barely, like just barely.
The only connections are Strange himself and Wong, but even Wong's whole deal is more connected to like No Way Home.
Yeah. So
because a lot of it is like he's the Sorcerer Supreme, and it's like, and you know, No Way Home, that's the information that we got from Wong. So so I think it's more funny than anything because it's how long has it been? 6 years? Yeah, 6 years since the first Doctor Strange. A whole Spider-Man trilogy has come out in between the two Doctor Strange movies. That's how long it's been. So, and you know, obviously so many movies have come out. We've gotten Infinity War and Endgame in between them. There's gonna be a disconnect. But honestly, I think it lends itself to the story because its direct connection to WandaVision, I think, amplifies it so much. It's like it's in deep with WandaVision. If you haven't seen WandaVision, it will not make sense. And we heard when they were making WandaVision, Kevin Feige was like, it's going to tie directly into Doctor Strange, and it was like, okay, cool. We know that Wanda's going to be in Doctor Strange, but what does that really entail? It's required viewing. You need to watch WandaVision.
Yeah, definitely. And like, I guess that's like also with it being connected to WandaVision, it makes Wanda's like character like just that much more impactful just because it was after WandaVision.
Oh, and another thing is a big trope in the MCU is the MCU loves to nerf its heroes.
Oh yeah.
Wanda is certainly not nerfed in this.
Yeah. Wanda got severely buffed.
Like Jesus, I was in No Way Home. I was like, dang, Green Goblin got buffed. Wanda got buffed Wanda, times 15.
She got buffed harder than some like Call of Duty patch notes, bro. Like Jesus. But are we in spoiler territory?
No, not yet.
Dude, come on.
you want to get into spoilers?
I really want to get into spoilers.
Okay. Well, I rated this movie 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I rated like a 7.5 to 8 out of 10.
7.5. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We forgot to also mention the movie isn't perfect. There's issues with it that we're going to get into spoilers, but the movie's not perfect. It has some flaws, and you know, like I said, Raimi's campy, sort of cheesy style isn't for everyone. Some of the stuff landed for me, but some of the stuff didn't, and we'll get into that spoilers. Anyway, let's get into spoilers. So
okay,
go away if you haven't seen the movie.
I'm gonna start off with the biggest thing ever. We've won, but at what cost moment? We finally got it after 10 years in the making, probably even more. We got John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic.
You love to see it,
but
we also hate to see it.
with a Daredevil-like costume.
Oh,
seriously, you're literally like reminding me of like.
Oh, because sort of like the pads and stuff.
Yeah, with the padding and like kind of like the mesh like feel.
That's fair.
So,
oh my God, he looks so good.
I mean,
God, he looks so good.
He looks amazing, but I will say there is like a small problem I have with this look, and it's just because like his beard was so long, I couldn't see his neck.
His beard, that was the best part.
No. I'm not saying the beard was bad, but I'm saying like his beard caused a disconnect with his body because it looked like he had no neck and his body was small.
Bro, that's a you thing. I don't know what you
bro, no, dude, it just looked like that for me. Like I think it was like the first viewing, but but yeah, like, and also like I don't know if this is like a spoiler. I mean, like it probably is to some people, but like, because like I heard like I've heard like I guess like the audio of like a TV spot on like Spotify, and like when I was in a friend's car and there's someone like the Illuminati. So we have the Illuminati, you have Mordo, Captain Carter, Captain Mommy, Captain Marvel, Maria Rambeau, Black Bolt from the Inhumans,
Blackagar
oh my goodness. Yeah. And
Professor X.
Professor X and Mr. Fantastic. And yes, it is the Professor X from the 90s series. You see that gold Pitmobile. But pretty much everyone, mostly a lot of people are mad at the Illuminati, because they died pretty easily to Wanda, like,
as they should.
And I'm like, y'all don't know what cameos are.
Not only do they know what cameos are, I don't think they completely understand who Scarlet Witch is.
Yeah.
Like there's like, I don't think any of them, even in the comics, none of them stood a chance. Like Reed, well, we'll get into this specific Reed specifically, but like, dude has stretchy powers. Like, yeah, he's smart and he has some tech, but it's Scarlet Witch. She can alter reality. Like, he was gonna die.
And someone was saying how like, oh, like Reed Richards is the smartest man on the planet, yet he like,
bro, everyone and their mother is saying that.
Like he told Wanda like his plan. Like, who does that? And I'm like, my guy, like that's literally like a plot device. Like they got nerfed for that reason. Like, it doesn't even matter too. And you also got to think, Reed Richards is fucking arrogant and cocky.
He's arrogant, he's cocky, but it's also just like a thing that heroes generally do. Like, you go to talk to the person first, and it's like, you try to reason with them, like, hey, listen, like this guy can kill you with a whisper, so like maybe we can just calm down, talk about this. I don't think it's that deep. Like, he wasn't like, hey, here's our secret weapon so you can kill him real quick. It's like, no, like they don't know who this is. They don't know what they're dealing with.
Exactly. And it's also like, because they didn't believe Strange. Like, yeah, they didn't believe Doctor Strange because the only person like that they had to deal with the Darkhold was Doctor Strange. Like, in that universe, I mean, who knows what could have happened, but like, probably Wanda on that universe was just like a regular like witch.
Well, no, she is. That's because that's the one she possessed with Billy and Tommy. So yeah. So the people, or the experience they had with the Darkhold was with Strange, who they defeated, and so they were like, and our Strange is like, it's Wanda, she's corrupted by the Darkhold, and they're like, oh, we've dealt with that, but and not only that, they know Wanda, and their Wanda is normal. I mean, she has, the powers or whatever, but that Wanda presumably quit, the superhero life to be a mother, and that Wanda probably doesn't know the extent of her powers, and it's because she doesn't know the extent of her powers, they don't know the extent of her powers, so they don't know that her plus Darkhold equals literally the destruction of everything. You know what I mean? So it's not even that they're dumb. It's just that they don't know, because they just haven't had that experience. They wouldn't even think that she could do the things that she can do. Like there's no way they thought that Reed Richards is like, oh, there might be a chance that Scarlet Witch can literally remove Black Bolt's mouth.
Yeah. And I mean, and like, the thing is too, like, I thought that they were gonna okay, so like the violence in this movie was like holy shit.
Easily
In
the
this
most
one
violent
scene,
MCU movie.
in this scene alone was just like holy shit. Because like I know like in Moon Knight we had like a little bit more blood than like usual, but in this movie, holy shit! Like
We got more blood than usual, like in the start of the movie when Doctor Strange gets cut in the leg or whatever, and it was that close up and stuff. I was like, oh, that's kind of But then Wanda like destroys Camartage, and you'd see like the burning corpses and stuff, and I'm like, that's pretty, that's not.
Yeah. Like, and then this guy's like over here like screaming. He gets like fucking like vaporized.
And then you fast forward to the midpoint of the movie, and Black Bolt gets his brains blown out.
Yeah, he gets his brain blown out because he screams inside of his head.
Yeah, the way the way his head caves in.
Yeah, no, head caves in, and then also like fucking, we got confirmation that Reed Richards has kids, Franklin and Val.
Yeah.
So freaking what she does to freaking Miss Fantastic, which hurts me, is that she turns him into fucking string cheese and his head explodes.
Yeah.
And then like we got fucking
short but sweet.
Yeah, I know. And then we got Captain Mommy against her, and she gets freaking split in half with her own shield. And then you see a close up of the shield, like with
covered in blood.
Dripping. I'm like, damn. And like,
which is hilarious because it was either, I think it was 4 of Falcon and Winter Soldier, everyone was like, whoa, there's blood on the shield, that's so violent for Marvel.
I know, right?
And then a year later, just Captain Carter's shield covered in blood after she literally gets cut in half. Like the also, jump in violence is crazy.
Seriously. But also like, I don't know, like sometimes I just wonder like what movie these people are seeing. Someone was like, oh, why was useless Captain Marvel there? I'm like, useless? She's the one who put up most of the fight. And she got the easy way taken out. She just got a building. I mean, she got a statue like on her. She didn't have to get ripped into shreds or have her head caved in because she screamed in it. Like she, like, if anything, that's a mercy on Captain Marvel.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think like even though Black Bolt's like death was like pretty brutal and like I did not like Mr. Fantastic's death, I think Professor X's death had me just hurt inside because I love Patrick Stewart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro got mentally broken.
And it sucked more too because before the scene he was like being nice to Strange, and he said the exact line he said to, I believe, his younger self at Days of Future Past, talking about like even if someone stumbles, they can it doesn't mean they lost their way or whatever the line was, which I thought was great. I caught that in the first viewing. I was like, oh, he said the line, that's so cool. But he's all nice and stuff and gets his neck snapped.
Get his neck snapped inside of his mind. I'm like,
it's because he's this nice old man, and he goes to Wanda. He's like, I can get you out. If I can get you out, it could break the spell or whatever. And gets his neck snapped.
I know, and I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, dude.
Oh, this poor guy just fated to die and everything.
I know, right? Oh my god. But everyone's like just mad at the Illuminati, and I'm like, and then also another point too is like, did y'all really think that Illuminati was gonna survive or even just be like the main like Illuminati? Like, did y'all not forget that we have the main Earth, which, and by the way, they call it 616, so that's cool. But it's like, dude, like they were like literally meant to die. I even said that shit on the podcast too. I was like, they're probably gonna die because like they're not the main they're not the main like Illuminati. And it's like, yeah, they're cameos. Like it's just, they're meant to be there for fun.
Yeah, I think I said it to you. People have been spoiled by No Way Home because everyone was expecting Toby and Andrew because it's been leaked a million times. But we were expecting cameos. I was certainly expecting, show up in the third act, fight a bit, and they dip. But nah, they show up in the midway point in the movie, and they're supporting characters all throughout. And I think people saw that, and they were expecting similar with this. But no, they're cameos are cameos. You know what I mean? But
yeah, exactly.
It's like, am I, or do I wish that we got more of the Illuminati and got more of Mr. Fantastic and stuff like that? Of course. I would have loved to have seen half the movie with them, but that's also not what this movie is. And it's like Am I upset? Am I upset they died? I mean, I'm upset at maybe the way some of them died, but it also makes sense the way they died. I'm not mad about it because it makes sense. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like when I was watching it and Black Bolt and Mr. Fantastic got murked, my immediate reaction was, "Oh man, they're so dumb." My immediate reaction was, "Oh man, Scarlet Witch ain't messing around."
Yeah, like
like she's
and like yeah, like, I mean, like I wasn't like even like upset that like that they died. Like I mean, like I'm not gonna lie. I mean, like it was cool and creative on how they died, but it's also like one of the things where it's like, I mean, and it's also like one of the like we could possibly see them again, like their variants for a reason.
exactly.
So it's like I don't know, man.
Yeah, but
People
yeah,
are
people are
just
acting like the like they killed off like the main versions of these characters. Like, calm down. It's not that serious. like oh my god, I can't believe we only got Mr. Fantastic for like 2 minutes. It's like we're getting a Fantastic Four movie in a couple of years.
seriously like, and it's gonna be filming before we even fucking know it. Like,
Exactly. But the question is, will John Krasinski be back?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'd love to see him either be back or have it be directed by him. Who knows? I
It,
mean, like, I also said this like last week or whatever I said it. I was like, I mean, we got what we got, and like, and it's also like what you said as well is like, it's kind of it could be just like a way of Marvel to be like, hey, you got John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic, shut up. Like,
exactly.
so I mean, who knows? I don't know. I'm very hopeful, and I actually have common sense unlike these like other people out here. So, yeah.
Yeah, it could be a way for just to tell fans to shut up. But yeah, it could be like we got John Krasinski, like we can keep him for. I also said, I forgot if I said this to Joel or if I said it if I said it to you too. Generally speaking, when you have these variants in the MCU, I think Professor X is probably an exception because Patrick Stewart is old. But generally, the variants are played by the same actors.
Yeah.
So, I think I think it's more likely John Krasinski will reprise the role rather than not. But at the same time, Professor X, the Spider-Man, it's not 100% guaranteed, because
Yeah.
the Illuminati, it's not like Captain Carter is an alternate version of Steve Rogers. It's not like Maria is an alternate version of Carol Danvers. Like, they are alternate versions of the characters that we know, but they are not the characters.
Yeah.
Whereas Reed Richards is Reed Richards.
For sure. But yeah, people are dumb about that. But I want to talk about some other parts of the movie. I like the beginning. I like the beginning of Defender Strange and American Chavez. Defender Strange immediately gets clapped by. I mean, that's karma for trying to kill him.
I like when he was going to kill her. He said the exact line from No Way Home. How in the grand calculus of the multiverse, her sacrifice will mean more than or whatever he said. That I was like, oh, cool. So they're all exactly the same, which was kind of a theme in this movie. How all the Stranges are the same.
Yeah, it's kind of a play on racism if you think about it.
Pardon?
Racially motivated. It's like oh my god, one person does something and I hate the entire race. I'm kidding.
No,
I'm
it's
kidding.
true.
No,
Fuck Dr. Strange.
Yeah, racism. Anyways,
Strangeism.
but yeah, like I mean, but yeah, I actually like that theme of well, not all strangers are the same, but it's also like kind of like how Doctor Strange is like kind of like affects people, and Christine says it like both Christines say it, and like our regular one and the multiverse one with the Illuminati. How like he is always the one that has to win, and
Yeah.
like nothing goes his way or whatever. And I mean we see that later on, which I'll talk about. But I like that as well because it shows character development. But yeah, like Defender Strange is dead. And then we go fast forward into Christine's wedding. Doctor Strange got cuckolded marital style. So
Jesus.
I'm like, yeah, like I said, they have a little talk about like why they won't work out. And this is also the point we'll make the is that kind of like not saying you had to, but it would be nice if you had watched What If, especially the Doctor Strange episode, because they go on about how you know Christine and Strange has just never like made it work, and that's kind of like a thing with Christine
Yeah.
and like Doctor Strange. Of course, with the thing is in that Doctor Strange like episode is that Christine was always meant to die, but it's also one of the things where it's like that was always a fixed point in time. They just can never be together, and like something always has to happen with Doctor Strange because like he's like like somewhat the Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah.
Like Wong is, but yeah, that's the thing. That's like I like this wall.
Yeah, What If turned out to be less important than we probably all thought, because we kind of assumed Strange Supreme was that evil Strange we saw in the trailer. Eventually it was kind of clear that it wasn't. But then it was still like, okay, well, we know Captain Carter is going to be in it, so What If is still important, but it's not the same Captain Carter. So it's like, What If? I mean, you should still watch What If, but it's not. It wasn't as important to this movie than it maybe initially seemed like. But I wanted to talk about the simplistic plot for a bit. Like we said in the non-spoiler section, very simple. When the movie started, I was so concerned because it was like, all these demons are coming after them or whatever. And then, Scarlet Witch is after him and they're like, we need the Book of Ashanti because it's a book that, can grant the sorcerer all the power they need to defeat their enemy, which is like the dumbest thing as far as writing goes, would be the dumbest thing that they could possibly do. So I was sitting there, I was just like, oh no, is this where they're going? Because a lot of the reviews were like, the movie revolves around this MacGuffin thing, and I was just like, oh no, this is the MacGuffin they were talking about in the reviews. And usually I don't really give a shit about the reviews, but this was like a really big like, oh no, where are they going with this? But luckily, Scarlet Witch, just straight up disintegrates the Book of Ashanti, so that was completely out of play. I was like, oh, thank God they got rid of that, because that would have been imagine the entire plot is them looking for this book and then Strange gets the book and just wipes out. That'd be so fucking lame. Luckily that didn't happen.
It'd be like an episode of Black Clover where everyone just has like a fucking like book in their hands. I know you don't watch anime, but still, yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of like, I didn't really think about it that way. I just wanted to see what happened. But I mean, I think Wanda's stupid for like caring about some kids that aren't even real. Truly clinically ill, peak mental illness. But yeah, like I also like it's one of the things where it's like Wanda was trying so hard to like paint Doctor Strange as a hypocrite.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, she's just talking out of like anger and all that stuff. I will say this. I saw someone say like
she looked at a point in the beginning though.
Well, she didn't. She
never
had a point.
I mean, it's a little low key. I mean, he did give the time stone to Thanos.
Yeah, but he had to do it though.
Yeah, but it's like, did he though?
He did.
But did he though? He looked into 14 million timelines. What about like there's infinite timelines. So, he didn't look at infinite timelines. He got lazy, he got bored, and he was like, fuck, I'm 14 million into this and there's only one, so I'm just gonna choose this one.
Bro.
What if he got to 15 million and that 15 millionth timeline was one where everyone just got off scot-free?
It's not right.
That's exactly right.
No, it's not.
Yes.
No. It's not the same.
Look, all Wanda did was enslave a town.
Yeah, over some kids that aren't real because she has mental illness.
Nah, she enslaved the town because of her dead boyfriend that is a robot.
I know, dead boy toy. But yeah, like, I someone said that they wish they had like seen more of like the Darkhold like corrupting Wanda.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would like to see that as well. Um, just kind of like what she's like going through with like all like I don't know when Strange is doing whatever Strange does. But that was I mean I would like to see that. That'd be cool.
That would be cool, but I think that was just kind of. I think that was. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen that, but I feel like we got that WandaVision post credit scene, and it's like kind of serves its purpose.
Yeah, I mean, like, of course, like, I'm not saying like we needed it, but I mean, it would be
it would have been cool.
I mean, there is deleted footage for a reason. So, also like America Chavez, I did not expect her to like. I mean, I didn't expect for me to like her that much. Like, she's like actually like really cool.
Yeah. I really like the Star Portal design. I didn't know how that was going to translate to live action, but it was cool.
I was like kind of sad for her how she like fucking like lost her parents like that. That shit was crazy. Yeah. I'm like, damn. They really just got like destroyed.
Saw a bee and was like, oh.
I know, right? It's a sign to remove all bees from the universe.
I saw some people complaining that the final battle, like America Chavez, beats her because of a motivational speech, and it's like, yeah,
Flash.
Yeah, but I don't really care.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't care. It's also proving more about Doctor Strange's like character development. He wasn't the one that won. America Chavez did. Mm-hmm. America Chavez won the battle for them. So,
and speaking of which, I love the fact that to defeat Wanda, she had to see from an outside perspective what she had become, and the fact that her kids saw her and were like terrified of her is the thing that made her snap back to reality. I thought that was beautifully done and was the best way to go about it.
For sure. I'm not saying he got done dirty, but Wong over here, bro.
Oh my god!
Bro, Juan just kept getting his freaking head kicked in.
Bro, I was so scared he was gonna die the entire time.
Yeah, I know. I know that was like my biggest thing. I thought like he was gonna die because like in the trailer he was like bounded up, by Wanda, but I'm glad he didn't. And he got pushed off like that cliff, but it's also one of the things where he ain't gonna die. Like.
Yeah, true. He's the GOAT. We're in the Wong cinematic universe, so it's like
seriously.
I need a like how we're petitioning for a Korg and Meek movie. We got to start a new petition for a Wong and Wu movie.
Yeah, I want to see a Wong and Ned movie. The Sorcerer Supreme and the CEO of Sex. Oh my god. But I mean. Let me see what else. I don't really know what else I have to say.
I was gonna talk about the camp in the
campiness.
Yeah, the campiness in the movie. What worked, what didn't. The stuff that worked for me was the stuff like it's really stupid. I don't know why I like it so much, but at the end, when Strange is giving that motivational speech to America in Defender Strange's dead body. He there's that close up and he gives a wink to the camera.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah.
That was so dumb, but I like it a lot.
Oh yeah. Speaking of like zombies and stuff like that, we forgot to talk about the GOAT, Bruce Campbell.
Of course.
The way he did his cameo. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it was nice to see Bruce Campbell.
The amount of people that just did not understand that.
Bro, like, dude, when I saw it the second time, people like they didn't cheer for Bruce Campbell at first. I'm like, bro, like,
well, they didn't cheer, but when we saw it, like people were like, oh, it's Bruce Campbell, like, oh, that's cool. And then the post-credit scene happened, and people were like, and I was like, get over yourselves.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, dude.
What's weird to me is like it's not like this is a new thing for Marvel. Like there's a good handful of post-credit scenes at this point that are just jokes. There's this one, there's the Homecoming one with Captain America.
There's the shawarma thing from the Avengers.
True. There's the Thor Ragnarok one where Grandmaster just shows up and he's like, oh, you overthrew me. We'll call it a tie or whatever. That was that. You know. So I don't know why people are so upset about this. It's like people's expectations for this movie were just through the roof for really no reason. It was all speculation. The Tom Cruise stuff there wasn't even a real credible rumor for the Tom Cruise stuff. I think there was a leaked image or whatever, which I think was a fake leaked image. Like everyone was talking about Toby just because it was Sam Raimi, but there was no evidence that Toby was ever going to be in the movie at all. Everything was just, what if this happens? What if this happens? And everyone just kind of took it and ran with it. The only credible, real rumors and leaks were Professor X. That's been leaked for a long time now. John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic and Captain Carter. And that's about it. Black Bolt was rumored, but it was like, this might happen, it might not. And I don't like Captain Marvel seemed like a relatively new thing as far as the rumor mill goes. It's it's like I think a lot of it has to do, I think, and maybe this is just me like just trying to attribute it to something, is just misinformation from bullshit quote unquote news sites trying to get clicks and shit. And I don't mean like just like regular clickbait stuff from like fucking like Screen Rant or some shit. I'm talking about like Twitter accounts like MCU Source, which just spread nothing but fake news, and they sprinkle in little real facts to make themselves look credible. And if you've ever been to the goddamn Instagram Explore page, it's just fake news all over the place. And so I think people are seeing these things and are just expecting something that they shouldn't.
Seriously, yeah, I agree. Like I can't tell you like how many times like I've seen like some fake news source with like a shitty like template, and I'm like, bro, like do better.
Speaking of which, the movie was out for not even a day, and I saw so much shit on Instagram. John Krasinski officially cast in the new Fantastic Four movie releasing 2024. Literally nowhere has that been confirmed. Where are y'all getting this stuff from? I went on that huge tangent, and I meant to talk about the camp stuff that worked and what didn't. One of the things that didn't work for me was the little quip Strange had where Mordo comes in and he's like, you're gonna see the Illuminati, and he goes, the Illuma-what-y? You know what the Illuminati is. I mean, you don't know this version of the Illuminati, but you've heard of the Illuminati before. You know what I mean? like I thought that was kind of stupid. I was just like, it's a pretty popular name. I guess maybe the Illuminati doesn't exist as a concept in the MCU. I don't know.
The Illuminati? I mean, in terms of like humor. I like that some things. I was more focused on the horror, to be honest, because like Sam Raimi, but like that freaking. Of course, you have like we all knew that Defender Strange was the zombie Strange. That was cool. One thing I loved was, of course, when Strange was dead walking, stuff like that. The spirits that came. The spirits that came out of his eye, and like they're attacking Christine. I love that close-up camera and the shaky cam. It was so cool.
That was one of the camp things I didn't like as well. Christine going, "Go back to hell." I was like,
oh yeah, okay, yeah. Definitely.
That fell flat for me.
cheesy grunge lines. Let me see what else.
Oh, but him using the demons as his cloak.
Yeah. As his cloak. Yeah, that was so cool. Amazing. Also love the whenever he's first dead walking, and then he looks at Christine. He says like, "Who says like they have to be living?" And you see the hand. That was so cool. Very, 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 very classic. Um, Also, there's like another like horror moment, and I'm like, damn, that shit was like crazy. I can't think of it
Well,
right
there's a
now.
bunch with Wanda.
Yeah, there's a bunch of
I
Wanda.
mean, the first thing that comes to mind is when she's coming out of the gong
Oh
and her
yeah,
body's just
okay, yeah.
contorting
Mm,
like on some what the fuck, the ring
the
shit,
grunge.
or shit, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking Jesus.
There was that, and like there was like when she was like finding like the different universes Wanda, and like she like appears in the mirror. That was cool.
Oh yeah, and then she takes over her body, and then she looks at the camera for a good like
Hmm.
3 seconds, like. There was this section where Strange, Christine, and America are running away from Wanda in like sort of the sewer things,
Oh
and
yeah.
she pops up, and it's just kind of, but she's sort of like shadowy, and you can only see the red eyes.
Yeah, I know it was very
Sick.
out of focus. I know that was amazing. Um, oh yeah, I also like loved like the like when the Illuminati's dead or whatever, and like America escapes with Christine, and you hear like the fucking like screeching, and it's like someone running. I was like, oh shit, it
Hmm.
was
Or just
strange.
the way she looked in, I don't know what to call it, the mind realm. I don't know, with Professor X when she comes out of the smoke.
Oh yeah, and she just breaks his neck.
Yeah,
God
spooky stuff, man. Spooky stuff. Oh
damn.
wait, I just realized, Hamir is dead probably.
Who?
Hamir, the one armed, or the dude with one hand from the first Doctor Strange, the one where he the one that he mistook as the Sorcerer Supreme or whatever. And then Tilda Swinton came out and she was like, "Boy, you racist as fuck.
Oh yeah, he's gone. He's dead.
Rest in peace."
Oh, yeah, he's done. Oh, one of the like smaller things I liked was Dr. West from the first Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
And like they're talking, and like it's like I was gone for 5 years. Thanks for asking. I lost my dogs, my family, whatever. And then he says like
Is
he's
that
like
is that how it had to happen or whatever? Was
yeah.
that really the only way? And Strange was
And
like,
then
"Yeah, totally."
and then he's like yeah, you're the best superhero, but you still didn't get the girl. I
I
was
don't
like
know. It's
damn.
so fucking cold. Speaking of
I
cold
was like
lines, we didn't even say the line. Uh, Mr. Fantastic is all
oh
like,
yeah.
Black Bolt can, take you out with a whisper, and she's like, "What mouth?" Oh my
yeah, what mouth?
god.
Also, like, one of the lines, freaking Wanda said to Mr. Fantastic, is she's like, do you have kids? And he's like, yeah. He's like, well, like,
Oh, is your
well, he
wife
said,
alive?
and she's like, at least someone will be there to raise them, or someone else will be there to raise them. I was like,
Jesus.
God damn. I was
Jesus.
like, I was when I heard that line, I was like, yeah, they're fucking done. Like
Yeah.
they're gone. Oh yeah. Also, like um fucking Mordo was like, "Yeah, I'm waiting for them to come back," and then everyone's dead, and
Yeah.
then Strange, they're not coming back. Oh my god!
I just want to
Uh,
reiterate how good John Krasinski looks. Oh, he looks so good. I was wondering because we had a pretty, or at least I did, had a pretty good idea that he was going to be in it, but I wasn't sure if he was going to have the beard or not, because I love the beard look on not just him, just like Mr. Fantastic in general.
I kind of knew he was gonna be in. I was just more so thinking about what the suit was gonna look like,
Mm.
because I don't know, man. I buy every time I think of the Fantastic Four suit, I always think of the Fox one, and I actually like that suit.
Yeah,
But
it's
I'm kind
good,
of
pretty
glad.
good for the time.
I'm kind of glad they went with like the mesh look with like kind of like the Daredevil S suit
Yeah, what if I told you that was an all CG suit?
that was.
I have no idea.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was, considering how those time travel suits in Endgame were.
Not only that, I feel like it'd be even harder to keep the leaks at bay if they had to make a practical suit. But who
True.
knows? Could have been. Can't wait to see the behind the scenes.
I know I can't see the behind the scenes in like fucking 4 months.
You know what's weird?
But
I kind of feel bad for Haley Atwell, but at the same time,
oh
I don't because
yeah,
she obviously agreed to be in the movie. But I feel like she was doing an interview or something one time, and she was like, "I'd love to come." She said something like, "I'd love to come back, but it has to be like an actual role and not just not just like the like I don't know just to be there like the Avengenerds or whatever." And she said this is Captain Carter, but she's murked immediately. So, but she also puts up a fight, so there's that.
yeah. She also puts up a fight. So that's cool. Bro, she's making that bag. I mean, she just
It's
got a
true.
check from What If, and she's getting another one from Multiverse of Madness. I can't blame her.
I
I
can't blame
can't
her. I mean, I would have said yes immediately. I'd be like, hell yeah, let's do
for
this.
sure. Yeah, I mean, I like I said, Raimi callback. I was gonna say like, of course, the wedding reminds me of Spider-Man 2, where MJ cheated again. Also just a lot of Spider-Man 2 things when America was getting chased by that Gargantuos, and like
Mm-hmm.
the building started breaking, reminding me of Spider-Man 1 with a mix of Spider-Man 2 with Aunt May on the building. That was pretty cool. Um
Yeah, just the way Sam Raimi seems to compose shots of New York. I don't know. It just immediately I was like, that's Spider-Man vibes right there.
Sam Raimi in New York, man, can't get away from him. Oh man. But yeah, the movie was good. I definitely think this movie is going to be definitely like overhated for sure.
Absolutely. What's weird? What's also weird is that like I think it has like a 75% right now on Rotten Tomatoes, and people are like acting like that's the end of the world or something. Like that's a bad score. Like that's not a bad score. I think the Amazing Spider-Man might be a little bit lower than that, and obviously the Amazing Spider-Man is a good movie. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's really I don't. It's like people are overreacting.
people take reviews too seriously, man.
People are taking reviews too seriously, and also people. I feel like people are turning on the MCU just in general. I feel like there's just more just blind hate now than usual, especially after Endgame. Uh, people just seem to want it to go away, and I'm
I
just
don't know.
like,
I don't know. I just hate like like everything went bad after Endgame argument. Like it's so dumb. Like yeah, we get it. Endgame was like the end of the Infinity Saga. That doesn't mean like there isn't more to like adapt. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, it sounds like what you said. Like it's more just a blind hate than anything. And like even like after like we were done like watching the movie, I instantly went on TikTok and like it's just like people were just calling it mid. And I'm like, wow, they changed it for the cycle by like a little bit. They just changed the time frame from 2 months to fucking like instantly
yeah.
because people have fucking high expectations.
What's
Even
also sorry, go on.
I would say like someone even like admitted that like yeah like oh I expected this and I'm like yeah because you expected something to happen, dummy.
What's even what I've noticed recently, especially with the more recent ones, because it seems like they're going in this direction of giving the directors a bit more of a stylistic voice in these movies. And the big two are this and
Eternals.
Eternals. And each time we've actually like all the critics and stuff and people on the internet or whatever are all like, we're tired of the Marvel formula. They all look the same, whatever. And then we stray away from the Marvel formula. We make it look stylistically different. And each time they're like, we don't like this actually.
Yeah,
Go back to the
it's
Marvel
also
formula.
yeah it's also like one of the things where it's like kind of like going back to like Thor like Love and Thunder where we saw like this like dumb tweet of like someone complaining about how like they just steal shots from the comic book and I'm like bro
Damn,
like
it's almost like it's
we
an adaptation of a comic book.
you know right I'm like dude like I'm like, what are y'all even talking about? Y'all are just like saying shit. Y'all are just hating just to hate. They're trying so hard to be different. It's just like annoying at this point. But so I don't care. People can call me a Marvel fanboy if they want. I love
Marvel shill.
uh Yeah, I love my movies.
I still stand by. There's not a single Marvel movie that I think is actually genuinely bad.
True.
Even my least favorite, The Incredible Hulk, I still think is at the very least okay. You know what I mean?
Are we talking about MCU or like
Yeah,
Marvel movies
MCU.
in general? Oh, okay.
Um, but like outside of the MCU, fucking, you know, there's Daredevil 2003.
And it's called 2003, which is a
Yeah,
fever dream.
but like as far as like DC goes, and they got a lot of bangers, but there's also Suicide Squad 2016.
And Justice League 2017.
Yeah, so it's like, but as far as the MCU, it's like, I know, even if I like it less than other things, I think people are expecting, since Endgame now, everything's got a top Endgame. Oh, it's not as good as Endgame. You know what I mean? I think that's where a lot of the MCU's fallen off, because everything has to be a top 5 MCU movie now. Like, we thoroughly enjoyed this movie, but it's like top 15. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We were talking about this off the air, and like, yeah, you kind of like reiterating the point that you said a couple of days ago, how like not everything, like not everything needs to be top five. Like it's okay for something to be like top 20. That is like that doesn't make it like any less like good. Like hell, I have fucking like Far From Home in like my top like 20. That doesn't mean I don't think it's bad.
Exactly. You think TASM 1 is better than Far
I
From
think
Home?
has them. I definitely do think that.
And it's rated about the same on Rotten Tomatoes as Multiverse of Madness. Speaking of Rotten Tomatoes, the energy that people have for this stupid fucking platform is ridiculous. It's always like, don't trust Rotten Tomatoes, don't trust the critic score, don't trust this and whatever. And yet Multiverse of Madness, or whatever the case may be, gets a lower than expected score, and people are like, oh my god, what does this mean? Oh my god, the movie's not as good. Or alternatively, you get something like The Batman that gets at jump like 100% Rotten Tomatoes or whatever, with like 10 reviews, and people are like, I knew it was going to be the best movie of all time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, where'd the energy go that this shit doesn't matter, especially from the critic score? You know what I mean? And speaking of which, since the audience score is all that matters, Multiverse of Madness is like an 87%. We're still very high. You know what I mean? So it's just, I think the people that are saying that they don't like this movie mostly comes from, they didn't like that the Illuminati got murked, and they aren't huge on Sam Raimi's style.
But it's just like, I don't know, man. Like I mean, I like the movie. I think it was enjoyable. It definitely brought some like new things to the MCU in terms of like, just stylistic things. I want to see like more so like, more horror elements into there. Oh shit, I forgot to talk about this. First post-credit scene, we get an
Yes, of
entrance of
course.
Charlize Theron, who is Clea, and who is the future wife of Doctor Strange,
Yep.
and ends up becoming the successor of the Sorcerer Supreme.
She's the, was it the niece of Dormammu or something like that?
Yeah, definitely. Yes,
Yeah.
niece. I didn't get that far into research.
So I think she's like the sort of the
book.
equivalent of the Sorcerer Supreme in the Dark Dimension.
Yeah, and then like, yeah, of course, oh shit, yeah, fucking, since like Doctor Strange fucking had the Darkhold, he now has a third eye.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool.
And also, she said that he calls it incursion,
which is Secret Wars.
Exactly.
Secret Wars time. Oh my god, I can't wait for Secret Wars. And the thing is too, like, I think, yeah, we're definitely gonna get Secret Wars like sooner. Like, I don't think we have to wait. I don't think we have to wait.
Yeah, I keep seeing people be like, it's too soon. It's too soon. And it's like,
is it?
Yeah, exactly. Like, the Endgame is like, what, the 23rd movie in the MCU, or project, I guess now we should be saying. But it's like, since Endgame, we've gotten what? We've gotten Far From Home. We've gotten Black Widow. We've gotten Eternals. We've gotten Shang-Chi. We've gotten No Way Home. We've gotten Moon Knight. We've gotten WandaVision. We've gotten Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We've got Hawkeye.
All these projects, like literally like lining up. Miss Marvel,
Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. We're about to double the MCU's length in half the time, or less.
And people seem to forget, like, we have so much to cover for even for the Secret Wars. Like, we still have yet to get the X-Men, Fantastic Four, along with Doctor Doom,
which we're getting in 2024.
Like Doctor Doom is like
Blade,
the Blade, Black Knight, like so many big forces that we have yet to even get that, and it's not even close. Like, you know, like we're so close yet so far for like Secret Wars. It's not even like funny. And like
they could also do a scaled down Secret Wars. It's like Civil War wasn't nearly as huge as its comic counterpart,
but still, it's like, I mean, it's just the thing is like too, like, there's a lot of things there they could do with Secret Wars, because like, I mean, like I said, like Doctor Doom is like a big part of the 2015 one, and yeah, like who knows like who'll bring next. So like, I mean, I don't think it's like, you know, rushed or anything like that, because like I said, we just have so much more to get.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm excited to see Cleo. I'm excited for Doctor Strange to finally get some bitches.
It's true. He keeps getting, you know, rejected by Christine. So
yeah, he keeps getting cucked by Christine, and so I mean, it's about time that he finds someone else. I mean, it also seems like, I mean, damn, like he enjoyed his third eye like super fast.
Yeah, he was freaking out about it initially, and then we cut to the post-credit scene. He's like, actually, I'm chill with this.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Up until now, I'm like, damn, because I first watch, I'm like, the fuck is Charlize Theron doing here? Yeah, she hasn't played a superhero since fucking Hancock.
Jesus.
Hancock came out in 2007.
Really? 2000? Jesus.
Yeah, it came 2007, bro, with Will Smith.
Damn, I was thinking like 2011.
Nah, bro. Like, it's crazy, like how old Hancock is, and I would say like it still kind of holds up, you know, with visual effects and stuff like that.
I'd say it does, yeah. Especially the visual effect of him putting some guy's head up another guy's ass. That was a great effect.
and also like there's like a scene where like he's fighting Charlize Theron and some windstorm, and like he's like they're crashing through like a building with like shards of glass and stuff like that, and it looks really well. It looks really good.
Who directed that?
Who directed Hancock?
Yeah.
Let's see. Peter Berg. What has he done? He did Hancock, The Losers, Battleship, Lone Survivor, Deepwater Horizon, Patriots Day, Miles 22, Spencer Confidential. I ain't never heard any of these fucking movies.
I've heard of The Losers, and that's it.
Well, I've heard of The Losers as well. I mean, glad to see Charlize Theron back in some roles. I haven't seen her since Fast and Furious, since Fast 9.
Mm-hmm.
Which was like, I mean, he literally just released it like last year, but I watched Fast 9 like a month ago.
I really hope with this movie, and Eternals for that matter, it doesn't deter Feige from doing more director-driven projects. And also, I hope they bring Sam Raimi back for the third movie. And also, I hope that the third movie doesn't take 6 years to get to us.
Yeah, and I want it to be focused more on Doctor Strange this time, instead of like, you know, of course, you know, I didn't mind it being focused on Wanda, but still, it's like kind of like you said, like this wasn't even like a sequel to Doctor Strange. It was just more like WandaVision 2.5,
which I was completely cool with,
or WandaVision 2,
because I loved WandaVision. So
yeah,
We didn't even talk about how creative the magic was in this, especially compared to the first Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah, for sure. The magic was fucking great.
It makes the first Doctor Strange look weak.
I know. You know, you have like fucking dead walking. Like, Jesus Christ, dead walking is a major upgrade from that. But also, like, I definitely think it's gonna get more creative than that too. Cause like, I have a feeling that since, you know, there's Clea involved, Doctor Strange might be pulling magic from the dark dimension for sure. I could definitely see that. Hell, he might even be buddy with Dormammu.
He is played by Benedict Cumberbatch, so you know.
Yeah, this is variant. Hey, I mean, they might even go to the fucking Lord of the Rings universe or the Hobbit and see Smaug.
We might have saw Mustafar, so
that's true. We all saw the Noir verse. We saw the Living Tribunal.
Hell yeah,
fucking Living Tribunal.
My favorite universe, the Paint verse.
Oh yeah, I love talking in Paint.
Yeah, the random animated universe. Also, does that animated universe imply that the What If universes are just straight up animated?
Possibly. I never thought about it that way. But yeah. Oh yeah, also that fucking
that opens the door for Into the Spider-Verse Miles Morales to come in Secret Wars. It is just animated Miles Morales swinging around in live action.
That'd be absolutely horrid.
That would be beautiful. I would love that.
That would be disgusting.
They absolutely need to do
Why would you like
on some Space Jam?
That would be the most off-putting thing ever.
No, it wouldn't.
Just all live action in one animated character. Oh my god.
No, it doesn't have to just be him. It could be, and it could be X-Men '97 Wolverine.
Oh no! Stop. We're in the podcast.
No.
Stop speaking.
That would be great. You know, you say you don't want Miles Morales?
I want Miles Morales in live action form. Not no cartoon, no animated in live action.
Whatever you say, man, I guess.
Nah, bro. I mean that's all I have to talk about. Like I said, I gave this movie 7.5 to 8 out of 10.
Yeah. Which
top
isn't
3
a bad
movies.
thing. That's still above average. Well above average.
Top 15 MCU movies.
Which also isn't a bad thing.
Yep.
It's like I think I gave something a 6 one time, and I'm like, that's still solid. I mean, that's still relatively above average. I mean, it's not great. Don't get me wrong, but it's not bad.
I kind of freak out whenever someone gives something a 6 too, because I feel like just 6 is so low.
Yeah, it's a weird mental thing.
But then again, I always rate things high, so that's probably just my problem with it too.
Same, but also I gave BVS Ultimate Edition a 6. I'm not a huge fan of that movie, but I find things to enjoy about it, so it's a 6.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, is that the show?
That is.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to the Avengers podcast. If you want to follow if you want to follow us, we're at Avengers on Twitter. That's AVENGE Nerds, all one word. If you want to follow either one of us, you can reach me at youtube.com/itszenith. Where can they reach you?
At Torrentino on Twitter.
Awesome. We have a Discord if you'd like to join the conversation there. Those will be linked in the show notes. You can also check out our link tree for any additional links you may be interested in. You can also review the show in-app on Apple Podcasts. If you could leave 5 stars in a review, it could really help us out. Thanks again for listening to the Adventures Podcast. We'll see you sometime later.
Later.